What is up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? It's your boy Goblin, and today we're coming in with a hoot and a holler, a true banger, if you will. Today we're coming in with a story about the time that I did some blow at work with a coworker, and there was also another individual there who had never done coke before who we gave some to, while he was also on the clock. Might sound like a complicated situation. Hey, I'll explain it all in a minute. Drop a like if you guys do enjoy, and also make sure that you guys are subscribed if you believe you are. There's been a ton of comments lately about YouTube unsubscribing people from channels that they didn't mean to unsub to. So, scroll down, verify that you're subbed. If you already are, beautiful. If you're not, what are you doing, dude? You're kind of tweaking, man, but that's okay. By the end, you better smack the button. If you haven't smacked it by the end, once again, what are you doing, man? You're kind of tweaking. Either way, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and also, follow me on Twitch if you haven't already. We stream a lot of old school RuneScape on there, and I just recently got my sub button, so if you got that Twitch Prime, hey, come show some love, dude. I'll even give you a little smooch. Hey, a little pet, Hey, it's all love around here, man. You could even think of it as homo if you want to, if that's how you swing, dude. It's a smooch, surface level, dude. You can take it from there. I just need Twitch subs, man. All right, because listen, today I was taking a dab and I put my rig down on my desk and I didn't realize that the banger was up against my monitor and I just like melted half the pixels on my monitor. So listen, hey. Prime subs count more than ever nowadays. Hey, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let's dive right into it. So, this happened a pretty long time ago. This happened towards the end of me being on probation back in 2017. And those of you guys who have been watching my videos for a while might recall that back then I worked at a company that sold bathtubs and bathroom remodels, right? It was a job where I had to travel a bit, not like out of state, but like it was a long commute to different locations, because how this job worked was basically they would go to, sometimes it would be nice events like trade shows or like home shows, and other times they'd send us to the sleaziest locations ever. Like I've worked flea markets trying to sell bathroom remodels at a fucking flea market, right? So I've been sent to all sorts of locations, and this location was one of the sleazier ones. This was like it was like a carnival slash like flea market kind of thing. It was like I wouldn't call it a farm. I guess I'd call it a flea market with a carnival attached is really the best way to put it. But it was just advertised as like a you know, a fair, right? But the thing is, like, this was in like a kind of ghetto town where they clearly didn't have funding for a proper fair. So it was just like a Ferris wheel, two other like janky rides that looked like they might kill you, and then a bunch of like stands of people doing the same thing we are, right? So, this particular shift, it's about an hour and a half drive for me, so it's really long, and we didn't get compensated for gas, right? We didn't get compensated for travel, which was a pain. So either way, I'm driving to this location, and I finally get there, and you know, how things kind of worked with this job is most of the time I'd be working alone, right, with no supervision, but occasionally I'd have a partner there with me for events that we expected, like a big crowd, right? And I guess this was one of those events, and I get there, and my good friend, coworker, Travis is there. Now, Travis has been in a few recent videos. He's a guy who I was, you know, pretty good friends with, like, for the duration of while I worked here. But he was, like, one of those coworker friends, right? Like, he's one of those, like, work homies that I never really kicked it with outside of work. But, jeez. Oh, shit. Excuse me. I think I have, hey, this calls for a hydration break. Everyone grab your water. Thank it for being hydrating, you know? Look at it. Hey, dude. Thanks for hydrating me. Great value purified drinking water with flavor-enhancing minerals. Cheers, dude. Take a sip. Ooh, I'm taking another sip. That's a two-piece. Hey, that shit was nice. Y'all better get hydrated. But either way, so I pull up to this event, and I walk over to where our booth is, right? I have to kind of wander around and find it every time. And I finally find our little display. And lo and behold, Travis is already there. So I go over, I dap him up, ask him, you know, what's the scoop? How long have you been here? How long's your shift? Because this shift for me was only a 6-hour, right? So Travis is like, oh yeah, I've been here like 3 hours already, and I'm pretty sure I'm staying till you close, right? So I'm like, bet, sounds good. And for those of you guys who haven't seen the previous videos involving Travis, Travis was like my druggy coworker. Like, this guy would come to work with drugs every day, like just a different substance all the time, right? He was doing what I would have been doing if I wasn't on probation at the time, right? So either way, I get to work on this fine day, and we're chilling, kind of doing our thing, and it's hot as fuck outside, right? It is beaming on this day. Sun's coming down. We're sweating. It's fucked, dude. And across the like corridor from us, because there's there's like this walkway to get into the carnival where our thing's located. And then on our side, it's just a bunch of booths of people trying to market and do the same thing we are, advertising. And then across from us is just a whole nother row of those same kind of booths. Some of them are like people selling shit out of their, garage, like a flea market kind of thing. And some of them are companies like us. And one thing that was very common at most of the events is we had what we considered kind of a rival company, right? They weren't a bathtub remodeling company, so it wasn't like direct competition, but they did the same thing as us, and it was like a window company, right? It was like a window installation provider, right? And our format to get people's info and get leads and get like phone numbers to call was we'd say we're doing like a raffle where you could win like 3,000 off or like 5,000 off like a remodel, right? This company, the window one, did the same thing. So we were kind of competition. But because we were always situated so close to each other at all the events, our guys, like our company guys and the window company guys were always tight, right? So we're chilling and the window company guy pops out the cut, right? Pardon my coughs, dude. Listen, I'm dying today, all right? But either way, so the window guy pops out the cut. We're chilling with this window guy, and this guy was like the only guy at the window company that I knew that I ever actually liked to talk to, because he was an interesting character. Like, you could tell he wasn't really a druggie, but he liked to come over and chat anyway, so it was bussin'. But either way, so we see him, we kind of walk over to him, we chat him up a little bit. We're just completely ignoring the crowd going by and not doing our job. And we're asking him like, oh, how long have you been here, dude? Like, well, how's the day been? Are you making any good leads, right? Because we would also get paid based off of our commission and like how many leads we get, right? So we were asking him like, hey, what's the climate? Should we work hard today? He's like, dude, it's been pretty decent. Like, I've been making good money. We're chatting it up a little bit, doing our thing. And finally, Travis, he's like, dude, like, I'm about to go, like, smoke in my car or some shit. He's like, you guys want to come with? I'm like, bet, I'm down. Window company guy, he's like, yeah, dude, I'll come with. Because, like I said, these jobs were unsupervised, right? Like, there was not a manager there watching our every move. So we could go do this kind of shit. So we go to Travis's car, and we're chilling. And I just said Travis, dude. What's wrong with me today, bro? I need some more sleep. Damn, I'm taking a nap after this. Jesus Christ. Either way, dude. So, me and Travis and window company guy, we should probably no, I like window company guy, actually. Let's not give him a name. I think window company guy is better. So, me, Travis, and window company guy go out to Travis's car, and we're sitting in there, and he rolls down the window, sparks up a blunt, and I'm sitting there trying not to, inhale the smoke, because I can't smoke pot yet, and I'm still on probation, right? So, I'm trying not to inhale the smoke. He's chonging, we're chatting a little bit. And this took place like a week or two after the story that I told recently on my channel about doing Molly at work with him. So I already knew this guy showed up with drugs all the time. So I asked him, I'm like, hey, dude, you got anything else in stock today? Like, I'm kind of trying to get a little fucked up, right? Because all I had was my vape, right? So like, he's sitting there smoking this blunt, and I'm just sitting here watching him and jealous as fuck. And he's like, oh, yeah, dude, I got a little something. He pops open the middle compartment, like the armrest thing in between us, right? And he pulls out a little bag of blow, dude. Now, listen, I know I said in the Doing Molly at Work video that Travis's drugs were all, like, really good. This was kind of the exception. His blow wasn't that good. Like, there was coke in it, and I felt it, but it wasn't that good. And this is coming from me way before I did the Coke Chronicles, right? Like, this was back when, like, I had done coke, but I never, like, was super heavy into it, right? So if I'm saying it wasn't that strong back then nowadays, current me probably wouldn't even... I'm probably immune to that shit, right? But either way, he busts that out. And it's like almost all powder, right? Like, it's not really rocky, but I wasn't complaining, dude. I'm like, yo, dude, I'll throw you a little bit of bread to give me some of that, dude. I got to stay the fuck up for this shift, right? And our window company guy in the back seat is just kind of chilling, dude. He turns down the blunt for some reason. Travis offers the guy the blunt, and he turns it down. He's like, oh, I don't smoke. But once we bust the coke out, he's intrigued. Like, he's curious about it. And we're chatting about it. Travis was like, yeah, dude, just throw me a couple bucks. You could do a couple lines, right? So I'm like, bet, good looks. So I'm getting my lines ready, right? I'm doing them on my phone, and I'm doing them, like, in the middle. I'm on top of the armrest with it, right? And window company guy's in the back seat just watching me get these lines sorted out. And he's like, oh, dude, like, is that coke, right? And I'm like, yeah, dude. And he's, like, very naive to this shit. Like, I could just tell by the way he was asking questions that he really didn't know much. But he was interested, right? Travis, like, sees it, kind of picks up on him being very interested. He's like, dude, you want to try some? And he kind of hesitates for a minute. And he's like, what's it like? So we kind of tell him for a little bit. And he's like, I don't know, dude, like, I'm at work. And we're like, you know, I'm kind of telling him, like, dude, this isn't one of those substances that's going to, like, fuck you over work-wise. Like, you're not going to be so inebriated you can't work, you know? That, like, this is definitely not one of those kind of things, right? And so I'm kind of explaining it to him, and I'm like, it's up to you, dude. It's not my shit anyways, so you got to ask Travis, but, like, if you want to try it, like, we're here, dog, you know? It's a good environment to do it, I guess, with us, right? So I reeled my line. I chopped one up for Travis as well. So I passed the phone over to Travis. Travis, I guess, just completely wasted the blunt because, like, we're doing blow at this point. So there's no point of him even smoking, right? So now he's doing some blow, and window company guy's in the back seat, right? And he's like, yeah, fuck it, I'll try a line, right? So Travis chops him up a tinier line than the ones we were taking. But it's still decently thick. Like, I don't really think it was a lower quantity now that I think about it. I think he just made the line, like, shorter, dude. Like, I think it was just wider and shorter, you know? Or, like, taller or some shit. Like, dude, it was damn near the same amount. It just looked smaller, right? Because of how it was laid out, how it was arranged, right? So we passed the phone back to him. And he's like asking what to do. And I figured, like, I don't know, I figure that's pretty self-explanatory. Like, if you've ever seen a movie about anything ever, they've probably done coke in it at one point or another, right? So I figured it was self-explanatory, but I had to explain it to him. I was like, yeah, dude, just plug the nostril you're not using, inhale, make sure you don't exhale, you know, pretty self-explanatory stuff. He does it. He rails the line. We're sitting there, and this kid's sitting in the back seat, and I'm just kind of waiting for his reaction. And, like, almost immediately, he's just like, holy shit, right? Like, he's just like, I don't want to say his eyes got wide, but, like, I guess, like, his, like, just, like, the look on his face, this look of, like, oh, you know, like, this look of, like, oh my God, just hit his face, right? Because this guy, he turned down the blunt, and I just got this vibe that this guy really didn't do many drugs. So I don't know why he was down for this or what drove him to try this. Maybe he just saw us doing it and thought it looked fun or something. But now this guy's fucking sitting there geeked, and he's like, oh my God. And I'm like, how you feeling, dude? Talk to us. And he's kind of sitting there for a minute, and he's like, I feel fucking ready, dude. And he's like, I feel ready to go, dude. And I'm like, oh, that's awesome, dude. And Travis is just kind of geeking about it. Me personally, I think he might have been overreacting a little bit. I think he might have been trying to seem a little more geeked than he really was. But I wasn't going to kill the guy's first time. I wasn't going to, you know, point that out or anything. Have a blast, dude. Maybe he was really that fucking sent. You know what I'm saying? Who knows? But either way, he rails this first line, and we're sitting in the car chatting for a little bit longer. And a while had gone by at this point. We're being the most irresponsible employees ever, right? He's starting to sweat in that backseat. He's asking us to turn the fucking air up. We're like, bet, dude. And he doesn't want to get out of the car. It gets to the point where we want to get out, but he wants to stay in the AC. Because as soon as we get out, he knows he's going to be sweating balls even harder. He's like, fuck, dude. But finally, we just have to get out. We're like, dude, we've been in this whip forever. We have to get out and at least do some work today. So we get out. We're walking back, fucking power walking, dude. We've got new life just straight injected into our blood, dude. Just straight inhaled through our nostrils, dude. We've been rejuvenated, dude. We slide on back to our displays, dude. We're hustling. This motherfucker over at Window World was aggressive, dude. I'm talking, this guy was talking to everybody. When there weren't customers coming by, he's talking to other booths around us. This guy's walking down both sides, both like aisles here, and introducing himself to the people at the other booths and just chatting it up with them. And I had never seen this kid, and like the couple other times I'd seen him work, I'd never seen him act like this before, dude. He would not shut the fuck up the whole time. Me and Travis are sitting here, and we're just geeked. And this goes on for a while. This goes on for like over an hour, to the point where I'm like, dude, is this guy even geeking anymore? Or is this just like placebo effect on his end at this point, dude? But nevertheless, this motherfucker's going around just lit, dude. Sweating balls, but lit, dude. And he's bussing. And the night kind of keeps rolling on. And we decide, yo, fuck working, dude. Like, after an hour, we're like, fuck working, dude. Let's go see, like, whatever music is playing. Because at the center of this, like, carnival thing, they had some really ghetto, like, stage set up with some random band that nobody had heard of playing. So me and Travis are like, yo, fuck it, dude. Let's go see what's happening over there. So we go get Window World guy, who's obviously down because he's fucking lit, dude. Like, he's just having a blast. So we go get him. We're like, hey, come on, dude. Let's go watch this concert, right? So we go stand over there. I wouldn't really call it a concert. It was like 15 people standing in front of a stage, and a bunch of dudes who I'd never seen or heard of singing something that I've never seen or heard of, you know? But we're chilling, dude. We're enjoying it. And we blow so much time just standing here, zoning out, you know, just fucking wasting time trying to blow by this shift that before you fucking know it, the carnival, or not even carnival, what would you call this event, dude? This street event ended, right? So we have to go back to our little location, our little like tent setup, right? Our little booth. We have to pack up all our shit, dude. This fucking window company guy is busting. He comes over to us. He's like, dude, that was awesome. He's like, man, we got to do that again, guys, for sure. And the dude already had Travis on Snapchat. Right, so he's like, oh, dude, like, I gotta hit you up. And Travis is like, oh, yeah, dude, for sure. Like, just let me know when you're working next, right? And he like, looks at me, he's like, yeah, same goes to you, dude. I'm like, oh, yeah, for sure. Like, it was good kicking it with you, right? This fucking window company guy was such a character, bro. This guy was a fucking geek, dude. And this motherfucker just goes flying, dude. Speed walks faster than I've ever seen. Gets the fuck out of the function, leaves, dude. I tap up with Travis. I'm like, hey, good looks for the blow, man. I appreciate you. I'll see you next time. He's like, yeah, dude, that was kind of eventful, but I don't really know if we should give that guy Coke again, dude. He was kind of a mess, dude. And I was like, yeah, but hey, what are you going to do, dog? It be that way sometimes. But hey, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Drop a like if you did. And let me know if you guys want to hear more stories involving Travis. Like I said, he was just someone that I was really only friends with while I worked at this place, but there's still a few things that we had, you know, a few moments we had together that could be video worthy. So let me know in the comment section below. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to follow me on Twitch. Hey, smack that sub button, baby. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.